Well, thanks for joining me. It's another night to discover a little bit more and dig a little deeper on our supplements. Young Living has a ton of supplements, and if you're like me, maybe you've been overwhelmed by choices or what you should do, what supplements would be best for you, and where you should even start. But what I am going to start with tonight and what I'm going to highlight are the two supplements that Young Living has that are focused towards sleep. Now, we all know how important sleep is, right? There are just study after study after study. There is absolutely no universe where less sleep yields good things, right? There are so many processes that happen in our body when we sleep that help clean, rehabilitate, organize our thought processes, deal with our emotions. There are so many things happening when we sleep. And so when we lack it, it has potentially terrible consequences. I mean, one or two bad nights of sleep, we all know, you can figure out how to live off of it. But just an accumulation of lack of sleep has terrible consequences long term, has terrible health consequences, terrible mental consequences, your ability to focus and do the work you need to do. And it also has terrible emotional consequences. So if this is unfamiliar, I'm not going to do a deep dive for you tonight on why sleep is important. There are unlimited resources on the internet. So I would just encourage you to just type "why is sleep important" into Google and follow some of those news articles or follow some of those journal entries that can give you that information and give you a more scientific basis about why sleep is important. Now, that's going to lead to our talk tonight, which is why, if we don't get sleep, we can use supplements to help us. There's a lot of reasons why maybe you're not getting sleep, and these two supplements, I think what we'll cover will help you as you think about which one would be the right one for you and why you might use it. So again, these are the two major ones that Young Living has. And I hope by the end you'll have a sense of, I always have one of these two on hand just in case. I'm not necessarily somebody who uses them every night, but I always have them on hand. And so one consideration is having a bottle of one of these or both of these on at your house, so that when you do need sleep aid, or when somebody in your home needs sleep aid, that you're not relying on just something that you're getting from a big box store, from over the counter, that may not be as good a quality, or doesn't have these additional bonus ingredients that make it that much better of a product. I think it's really especially helpful. Like, my husband had a business work travel to Japan for a week. And we know that can really mess with your system because of the time zone switches. I'm headed to Europe in a few weeks, or here in a little bit. And so again, when you're doing time zone swapping, melatonin and these types of sleep supplements can become much more advantageous and much more regular use until you get back into the rhythms of your life, or you get into the rhythms of the time zone you find yourself in. So let's start with SleepEssence. SleepEssence is a supplement that helps relax the body and put it into its natural restful sleep state. It contains many sleep supporting essential oils, and it has melatonin to help you fall asleep and sleep well. So as you can see, it's got sleep supporting essential oils including lavender. It's got vetiver, valerian, and tangerine and rue. So those are all super great oils. I like to think about these as, these are great oils to look at, to put in your diffuser and have diffusing. But bonus, these are actual in these pills. And so it helps the body use those essential oils to help calm and relax the body. Combine that with melatonin, and it makes it a really great supplement. Now, as you see, each tab, each gel, I should say, each gel of SleepEssence, gel tab or gel pill, capsule, that's the word I was looking for. Each gel capsule has 1.6 milligrams of melatonin. And so I think that's important because like the recommended would be to take 2. So you have a sense that you're taking about 3.2 milligrams. Now, what's out there on the market, if you just went to a big box retailer, you would find that there's kind of a range. There's the kid version of melatonin, usually has 1 milligram per little gummy, all the way up to an adult version has about 5 milligrams per dose or per tablet or per whatever. So what I like about SleepEssence and what I like to think about with SleepEssence is that you can kind of moderate how much you might want. 5 milligrams might be too much for you. It might make you feel completely wiped out and drowsy and like maybe not even over it by the next morning. So 1.6 milligrams per soft gel helps you like work out what might be the right dosage for you. So, you know, melatonin widely known for its ability to regulate circadian rhythms. That's not anything new. And it modulates the immune response of various stages in the immune processes and helps to regulate glutathione levels. And glutathione is one of the body's primary antioxidants. So melatonin is not, we don't want to be taking it excessively, and we don't want, and I think it's worth noting, I think it's especially worth noting in this discussion, that we don't want to be dosing our kids up on melatonin every single night. There's actually a really, I'm sure you saw it, but a really fascinating study came out talking about the number of teenagers that require melatonin every single night in order to fall asleep. This is very concerning. We don't know what the long-term health implications of this, but I know there's been some movements. I've seen it just based on social media, things that I hear talking amongst other moms, that people rely on that melatonin pretty heavily to get their kids to get to sleep and give the parents a break or whatever. But I just really want to caution you about doing that. I would love for you to go read that study, think about what the implications of it, even talk to your doctor before you're regularly dosing your kids with melatonin. Now, of course, there are some instances and circumstances where a doctor might readily prescribe melatonin because for that particular child, the lack of sleep is a bigger issue than what the adverse effect of having melatonin regularly might create. But I was actually talking with this to our pediatric dentist when I took my kids in this last week, and he's kind of has a more holistic approach. And he was like, yeah, it's pretty crazy when, and this is, if you think about mouth breathers, that's how we were talking about it. People who, melatonin is a hormone that's released when we breathe in through our nose, and our nose will signify some of the production of it in our brain. And when you're a mouth breather, you're going to get less melatonin. And so that can make for and also you're getting less oxygen also if you're a mouth breather, because you're able to get better oxygen flow through your nose. And so he was like, yeah, and if you're getting less melatonin, obviously you're getting less restful sleep. And then we talked about the study that I'd read about. And he was like, yeah, if it exists in your body, like in a way that you're dosing it, for kids, especially, then your body's not going to produce it because it sees it exists there and isn't going to make more of it. So we just want to be careful about not forming habits. But if you're somebody who without that you just really have an incredibly difficult time of sleep, period, end of story, hard time getting asleep or hard time staying asleep, then melatonin might be the right approach for you. And you might be able to try, and especially with something that's only 1.6 milligrams, you might be able to work your way to find a good low dose of it that won't be disruptive or will just help you enough to really move into, and you might even be able to down regulate that. And you might, go down from 3 pills to 2 to 1 or something like that, and work your way to getting back into a natural rhythm of sleep. So it's just something to think about, but I love the idea of this having such a low dose because I think that's really hard to find anymore, which, is or isn't concerning depending on who you are, I guess, but there it is. So SleepEssence, really great for helping to get you into that normal process of restful sleep because it has the incorporation of these powerful sleep oils with the dose of melatonin. Next up is ImmuPro. ImmuPro is one of the ones that I do have on hand all the time. It's power packed. It's a supplement that combines multiple ingredients with other really great antioxidant activity. So it has naturally derived Ningxia wolfberry polysaccharides and a blend of 4 different mushroom powders. So we all know well, maybe we don't all. There are phenomenal adaptogenic properties in mushrooms. This is why you see every now and then you might see your health conscious person you follow on social media, or you might hear about, or you see in Whole Foods, like a mushroom powder that you can add to your coffee, or that you can add to your oatmeal or your smoothie, because mushrooms have this adaptogenic quality. And so if you can imagine how great it is to add that into this supplement, that's where you're getting the Immu and ImmuPro. It's not like a daily supplement that you take in the morning as a vitamin, but it does have this immune supporting ability because of those wolfberry polysaccharide, the Ningxia polysaccharides, and the blend of mushrooms, plus zinc and selenium for a great immune function alongside that, along with chelated minerals that are much more easily absorbed in the body. So when minerals are chelated into a supplement, they are kind of chemically joined onto amino acids, and that makes it easier for the body to absorb them. So there's really great information about, some of these minerals that we really need especially for strong immune function, zinc and selenium being 2 of those. But if you think about combining all of these things plus alongside melatonin, now this has the 4 milligram melatonin. So this is one that is kind of on the higher end of it's not an extreme end. It's much more than SleepEssence. If you're looking at 1.6 per soft gel versus 4 in a single tablet, it's just a noteworthy comparison, and I really wanted to point it out. So it has reishi mushroom, which, really great for white blood cell function. It has maitake mushrooms, which are known for their immune support and adaptogenic properties. Agaricus blase, I don't know if that's how you say that second half, mushrooms, and it's well known for its immune modulating activities, and just supporting the immune system. And then has orange essential oil. So again, adding the complexities of what D-limonene the chemical constituent will add to your immune support and immune function and overall absorption, and making all of these factors more bioavailable in the body. Just a really great thing. This is one of the great things about Young Living's supplements, is their addition of essential oils into the products that we love and use. So I really want you to think about how the ImmuPro is one of those great supplements when, you're maybe falling under the wellness line, or, you've been around people who have not been well, and you just want to give your body that extra boost, and make sure you're getting sleep, because sleep is going to be one of the most restorative and helpful things when we're sick or not well. So supporting sleep is really essential. So other factors that might impact your sleep or your immune system also, of course, are stress hormones, emotional stress, physical stress. These are all factors we need to think about as we're thinking about how to support sleep and how to help our body repair, how to help our body rehabilitate and be ready for the next day. But just, other considerations that you might do if you find yourself falling below the wellness line and you would like to use ImmuPro. You can also be making a mug of thieves tea, where you put a drop of thieves vitality in honey and add hot water or some lemon to it if you want, and drink it in the evening before you go to bed. You could do a relaxing bath, draw a bath, or even a foot bath if you don't have a bathtub where you live. Even just a foot soak would be helpful. You can put some Epsom salts and put some oils in it, either, immune supporting oils or sleep oils. Any of those you can put in the Epsom salts and work your way. Let the Epsom salts do their work and let the oils do their work as you soak and kind of relax. You can put nutmeg over your adrenals, and that will help with lowering cortisol levels. So if you can, it can help support healthy function of cortisol levels. And you can roll a wellness blend on your feet or on your spine. Some wellness things that you might want to consider: thieves, frankincense, lemon, geranium, pine, oregano. Combine different wellness supporting oils and put them in a roller ball with a little bit of carrier oil. And now you can put that on every night and just support your body. Take an ImmuPro, fire up a diffuser with Valor, frankincense, lavender, rue, valerian, any of those, rutavala, any of those sleep supporting oils, and then just zonk yourself out. You can even apply sleep supporting oils to your like physically too. You can have it diffusing, or you can even, or both. You can put it, I like to put a drop of an oil in my hands and rub my pillowcase, or I like to put some in my hand and take a deep breath and maybe rub the back of my neck and then rub my pillowcase. So there's just a lot of ways that sleep oils can help, but these two supplements are going to be your heavy hitters because of that addition of melatonin. So I hope that from this, you've learned some of the differences, and it helps you kind of think about which of these supplements might be right for you, or might be right to just have in your house for the moment that you might need them. Maybe you have a big trip coming up. Maybe you have, it's cold and flu season these days. Maybe you want to have something on hand that's going to help support sleep and also help support your body and your immune system. Think about it. Think about adding it to your loyalty rewards order. Think about popping it in your cart next time you're checking out, and take advantage of these great December promos that are happening right now. I am not going to do another class. I've got a lot of moving parts for the rest of this month, as I'm sure you do as well. A lot of moving parts. So my next class won't be until January. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Hope you have a great December, and we will talk with you in 2024.